constitutional age. Here's our Scotland political correspondent, Harry Smith.
As the day began, the ancient crown of Scotland, one of the oldest in Europe, was carried from its resting place in Edinburgh Castle to the home of the world's newest parliament. This was a day when tradition walked hand in hand with modernism, and the crowds lining the streets roared their approval as first the politicians and then the school children, representing Scotland's future, walked in procession along the Royal Mile. One of the biggest cheers was reserved for Sean Connery, an ardent nationalist and one of the many celebrities on the invitation list. The Queen's progress was almost halted when a group of Irish Republican sympathisers advanced to within inches of her carriage waving placards. One of her mounted escorts galloped alongside to shield the Queen on a section of the route with little visible security. Several police officers quickly converged on the spot and some of the demonstrators were led away. Another slight hitch inside the chamber when the orchestra jumped the gun, starting its royal fanfare before the Queen's arrival. A quiet word in the conductor's ear brought them back to the start. The Queen said they were stepping across the threshold of a new constitutional age.
Today is a historic day for Scotland. It is our solemn duty in this chamber, with the eyes of the country upon us, to mark the point when this new Parliament assumes its full powers in the service of the Scottish people.
She then presented the Parliament with a newly commissioned silver mace as a symbol of its newly acquired authority. Many of those who couldn't find space on the route of the procession are watching the whole thing here in Princes Street Gardens, and it's here that the celebrations will continue this evening with a rock concert and opera, culminating in a spectacular firework display shortly before midnight. In the skies above, the Royal Air Force and Concorde provided the grand finale to the day's formal events. Harry Smith, ITN, Edinburgh.
The former Trade Secretary, Peter Mandelson, heard Parliament's verdict today on the home loan row that cost him